Welcome guys, today's adventure is to Aerospace in Bristol, where they hold Concorde and other aeronautic, if that's a word, things to look at. This is just outside Bristol in Filton, so we're going to spend a couple of hours here to see what they got. So if you want to come with us, let's do it. So this is an old school tram, a bit worn due to its age. One side's been restored and this is the side that hasn't been restored, so it's a little bit worse for wear. This is obviously the restored side. The Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, just built the world's first airplane. Not sure what airplane this is. Bristol Scout? I don't know, I'm not gonna lie. God, I'd never fly in one of these, my God. It scares me going on a normal like 747. Look at the state of these. Major Lionel Hawker, I am pilot for the Royal Flying Corps. Little clocking on device. We use an app now. Pick up the handset and turn the dial. Nobody's there. Why did the women who worked in the varnishing shop get milk? I've been informed they've had milk in the dubbing shop because it made them feel sick, so the milk would help them with their sickness feeling. This channel is educational. Flying goggles and a hat. Chocks away, old chap. Bristol Jupiter, the engine. Look at the detail on it. How complicated it looks to me. I am a man of lack of intelligence though, I suppose, but wow. Crazy. of film here.
Including the Bristol fighters.
Don't know if it's like a recruitment drive video or not.
We'll need to know these aircraft inside out. You pilots will need to learn their individual foibles in the air.
So obviously this is a place you want to come if you are into aeroplanes. I'm not into aeroplanes, but there is an interest. It's in Filton, which is just outside Bristol. The tickets were £20 per person, but that's for a year. So we can use this for the next 12 months and gain entry. So it's not too bad when you look at it that way if you're going to come back. But I think my dad would come back using that ticket. So £20 not too bad. But yeah, it's all about Bristol Aerospace. Concorde's here, which we'll see later. So yeah, let's keep the section we're in now. This is all from the Second World War, I've been informed. So everything you see is Second World War items. When you see stuff that's actually real, that's when it gets interesting, see. Instruments used in Bristol's wartime drawing offices. Wow, interesting. Look at that. This is an air raid siren. The Filton Blitz. This sounded 561 times. Filton and Avonmouth were first targeted by the Luftwaffe on the night of the 19th to 20th June 1940. Now we're talking, this is an unexploded bomb. Ooh, sorry. Unexploded bomb. Damaged roof beam. Wreckage from the Blenheim Mark IV, which crashed on the 5th of July 1942. Here's my shadow. Hello everyone. And this is a Pegasus Mark II engine on loan from Rolls-Royce. National shadow factories to ensure production could meet demand across Britain were converted to produce aircraft engines and weapons and other materials. Weston-super-Mare, Kidderminster, Stoke-on-Trent, Grantham, Oldham, Speck Airport and Accrington. And then Birmingham and Solihull just at dispersal sites to provide facilities. Whitchurch Airport, all around Bristol. Amazing. This is the nose section of the Boo Fighter. MKIIF. Absolutely no idea how these things flew. The size of this tyre. Jesus. Wow. Huge. Absolutely huge. Imagine going to Alfred's for that. Helicopter. Whenever I see a helicopter, it obviously brings the chance to go, get to the chopper! The worst Arnold Schwarzenegger impression of all time. This is the Type 171 Bristol Sycamore helicopter. 1947. Look at the length of this one. Look at the length of that one. This is Britain's first twin rotor helicopter. Huge. Bristol 403 car. Didn't think we'd see a car in an aerospace museum, but hey ho. Hey ho, Harry, hey ho. Toys, of course, gotta have toys. Look at that. Like Thunderbirds, that one. Love retro toys, my new thing. So we're now going to enter the Whispering Giant.
This is a bit of survived in the channel, I'm not sure whereabouts. They say exactly like that.
So the Britannia looks like it crashed, and this was the only surviving part of 4th of Feb 1954. As you can hear in the background, my father. So yeah, this part survived. The rest of it in the channel. This is film of it when it crashed. Obviously some's in the mud, the rest is in the channel. And they got the parts that they saved. If you're going on holiday on a plane, I do apologise. So I've got to admit, I wasn't sure whether I would enjoy this, because I just got I got no real interest in aeroplanes and stuff like that. But when you start to see things from the war or from instance that has happened as real, it is really interesting. So far, as someone who's not heavily into aeroplanes per se and stuff like that, it is quite a decent trip. Now it gets interesting when you've got a missile launcher. Look at that. The classic. Look at that. That's a missile, isn't it? My God. It's huge. You don't realise as a civilian, I suppose, do you? This is the Bloodhound anti-craft missile. Whew. Big missile. So this is more me now. I do like, these are the type of aeroplanes I like. Probably a bit more modern. Again, I can't tell you what it is. It's a Harrier jump jet. Used in the Falklands War and the Gulf Wars and the Balkans conflict. I do like these. Used to have a lot of toys based on this plane. Jet. Little desk here now. You can fill out what interests you most about the exhibit, give them a bit of feedback, and then there's a post-it note part, and you can put your ideas down. I would probably add a Starbucks. That would be my option. Hey ho.
Is under the triangle over here. So you can see, even though it's not in the head-up display, the helmet tells me where to look, and that really aids my ability to see what's happening.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're now making our way over to the Concorde area. There's a nice little playground over there for the kids, if you've got your kids with you. And yeah, so far so good. I'm not sure where it is, so just gonna follow my parentals as they've been here many times. Let's go see Concorde. So there you go, guys, a single hangar with Concorde in. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy. So the most amazing thing about Concorde was you could get to New York in 2 hours 52 minutes, quicker than getting to Manchester. Oh my God, please bring that back. Please bring that back. Because that would be incredible. Come on, Elon. So I vaguely remember Concorde being down in Cardiff Airport. Never got the opportunity to fly it, and I almost I also remember its final flight, but we never went to see it. Or maybe we did as a kid. I don't know. I can't remember. Never flew it. But yeah, I remember it being its final flight. I think my grandmother might have flown on it, or even I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'll speak to Eldridge in a minute. But yeah. So I think I have seen it as a kid in Cardiff Airport, but yeah, it's a pity it's still not running. Quite like an astronaut suit, isn't it? Not as mad, but close. That's the CV, one of the pilots. So if you want to copy it, crack on. This is the cabin crew. This is the cabin crew, thank you. Very smart. And you got all the cutlery. Bet it was lush on there. Moet Chandon. Moet Rodney. Moet. Amazing. Bet you can pick this up on eBay for a lot of money. A lot of money. Nice Lego set there. I bet that you can't get that anymore. It'll be worth about 800-900 quid now. Jesus. Concorde Flight Simulator game. Whoa, never had that. Wow. Stamps. My father reckons he's got stamps somewhere. Cool merch. Cool merch. King Kong represented by Bill Tidy. Joanna Lumley wrote a letter. Of course she could afford it. A doodle by Phil Collins. Live Aid.
We always send from then on, we always send teachers.
So we're now going to go on to Concorde, but you got to queue up. It's only one group at a time, so we're only a couple of people behind. So just a little queue before we go in. It's really interesting today. So far, so good. I'd give it about 8 at the moment. 8 out of 10. Especially when it's so close to South Wales, just outside Bristol, Filton. So yeah, I am enjoying myself. It's a relaxing day. It's half term in Wales, but not in England, so maybe that's why it's not busy. But there's a lot of space, to be fair, so if it was busy, you'd probably be alright. So hopefully, the next time you see me, we'll be inside Concorde. So that was my first time ever on Concorde. Very, very compact. Because there's less seats and the seats are a bit posher, it seems not so claustrophobic. Like when we went on a 747 last year, it seemed claustrophobic. That was with people, like, obviously. But no, I could happily fly Concorde. Let's have to see what the future is for that type of travel, but let's get on it, guys. Let's get to New York in 2 hours. Please. So we're leaving the Concorde area. That's really, really good. Really good. Like I said, I'm not heavily into planes, but it's great to see something different. We're going to go over to the main hangar now, and then we're going to go into the restaurant and have some food. I've already planned what I'm eating. I'll pop the menu up and all that razzmatazz when we get the chance. So yeah, so I will see you next in the cafeteria. So guys, it is dinner time, so we've come into the cafeteria. I'll put the menu up on the screen, but you've got a choice of soup, grilled sandwiches, they do cheese, beef, tuna, mushroom, they got a chicken burger, fish finger sandwich, a Buddha bowl, slow cooked brisket, hummus bowl. The kids got a pizza, mini chicken burger and fish fingers. There's also a section that you can get pre-packed sandwiches, crisps, a little bit like the meal deal. So yeah, like I said, I'll put the menu up on the screen. You can pause it or go back to it if you want to see the prices, but I'll give you an idea. $10.25 for a sarnie, $13.50 for the bigger meal. So let's have a bit. I'm getting a can of pop as well, so when it arrives you shall have a look. So the food's arrived, guys. We have a chilled grilled cheese sarnie with a blob of bleu, whatever that is, and I went for a overpriced San Pellegrino blood orange. So that was $10.25, I believe, and that was $3.25. That is good. Cheesy, hammy, bread. Hot as well. Check that out. I'm going to dollop it into this pile of mud just for a bit of ants. It's peppery. That's good, that's good. That's good. Bit of Pellegrino. So the sandwich is eaten. It was a bit overpriced, but it is what it is. Didn't pay. No, it was very, very nice. Toasty. Pellegrino was stunning. That's expensive wherever you go. If you went to Mars, it would be overpriced. But no, it's a good choice. I wasn't sure how much these sarnies were, but they're probably going to be expensive. But no, very good restaurant, nice. All good. So we're going to now have a look around the gift shop. I'll show you anything that is of interest. Bristol Aerospace pen, that's $6.50. Got some key rings coming at $4.50 with Concorde on. Got your magnet, and of course your mug. You all know I love a mug. That's $12.50. Ooh, that is expensive, considering the quality of that. Doesn't qualify in the cabbage. Bit more of an arty type Concorde stuff here. Let's have a look at this mug. Now that mug's a little bit better. That's $9.99. That's a better mug. That's got better quality picture on that. That's only a tenner. That's quite good. That's quite good. I love a water bottle. I love a water bottle. That's £9. It's very light. It's not like my Corsical. Pity it's not a Corsical. They got a red and a blue. And you've got Aerospace Bristol on it. And a plane. Got Airfix models. These key rings are quite funky. Aerospace Bristol. Oh, sorry, Aerospace Bristol on remove before flight. They're $4.75. It's quite a nice keepsake. Come around the corner, you got some aeroplane toys. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. Just give you a rough idea of the Concorde toy. £15.50. Some astronaut food. I'd be up for that as I'm into space at the minute. That's $5.50. Peaches, apple wedges, cookies and cream. Got some teas. Then you got your Aerospace Bristol on the back. They're knocking out at £25. They've got a grey. That's a little bit different. Concorde plane on the back. Aerospace Bristol. And then you've got this mustard one just in the corner. Aerospace Bristol, they're £25 for those. Different design on these. These are 25. Bit more detail on the back. That's in black. In the blue. Pretty much the same as we've seen. Not bad for 25, I suppose. At least it's got where we're at on it. Scarves, hats. Not sure how much the hats are. Don't seem to have a price. It's like being back in Disney. Oh, £13.50. Got some gin. And some little gifts. We've got glasses. Let's have a look how much the glasses are. So the tumbler. £20 for the tumbler. And the pint glass. I don't want to touch it with one hand. And you got mints. They're £3.50. Biscuits. £5.99. Then you got the sets up there. They're quite cool. Pencil sharpeners. Just talking about that. They're £4.50. Some little abs and dabs now. Rubbers. Only £1. And you got a pencil. £2. Aerospace Bristol on it. Then you got a pen. Oh, one of those up and downies. They're £5. What else we got? Concorde. They're £10. US Air Force. I don't know why I've got to show this. I don't know how much that is. You got a bouncy ball. Notepad, £3.50. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Lanyards there for... Oh God, I can't see. Maybe handy. £1.50 for the lanyard. That's quite cool. Binoculars, £4.50. I quite like these. I think that's quite funky as a design. That's £9.99. That's a cool little mug, that one. But you've also got a badge. They're only £1. I like the design. There's magnets as well. I like that design. Not going to buy it, but I do like it. So guys, that's the end of our trip to Aerospace in Bristol. It's really, really good. I didn't think I'd enjoy it because I'm not into sort of airplanes and stuff like that, but there's some interesting bits. We spent about 2 hours, 2.5 hours here. You probably spend longer time here if you were reading every single bit, looking into everything, but I haven't got that interest in it. If you have got that interest, you could probably spend 4 hours here. Showed the gift shop, it wasn't too bad, didn't buy anything. You know, the t-shirts was the closest thing to something that I would buy. 25 quid though, it's like, I'm not that much of a fan for that. So that is the end of the trip, guys. We're gonna pop to Cribbs Causeway. I haven't been there for about 15 years. I probably won't film, but if there's anything interesting then I will film. But if not, guys, this is the end of the vlog. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I shall see you seriously soon.